Christian Palestinian Aramaic, Matthew 1:22, the second part. So in this video, I'd like to talk about what's highlighted in cyan here, the word Isaiah, which is not in our critical editions of the Greek New Testament. Is there some Greek manuscript somewhere that has this word, Isaiah? Actually, if we go to the website of the Institute für Neutestamentliche Textforschung, we can see that Codex Bezae actually has the word Isaiah in that expected place right there. Now, there are not many Greek resources that do have this. I just want to point that out. And since I have it in my library, I'd like to show the New Testament translation by Johannes Graber, which is a translation of Bezae. And you can see the word Isaiah there on the right. I don't recommend this translation because in the preface you can read that it was translated under the influence of spirits from God's spirit world. So let's just leave it at that for now. However, as far as ancient writings having to do with Isaiah being there, I'd like to introduce Codex Sinaiticus Syriacus. So this is a record of the Gospels in Syriac from before the time of the Peshitta. And this was a palimpsest, as you can see with Agnes Smith Lewis's translation there on the right. So I'm using these two references to show the text and the translation. You can see what would be a bait and square script before the word Isaiah in the Syriac on the left, and in Agnes Smith Lewis's translation, Isaiah. And you'll notice with her 6 superscript, she's pointing in the margin to Bezae. She knows that Bezae is a witness to this tradition of having Isaiah there. Now, this brings an opportunity to show Accordance Bible software and its Syriac-oriented modules. So on the left here, we have the text of the Peshitta, and as you can see in verse 22, highlighted in red, there is no word for Isaiah. And so in our English translation here in the next column to the right, you can see that it's now all this that occurred was to fulfill what was spoken of the Lord by the prophet. No Isaiah. However, the next column over has the text that we just saw in those old references, where here we have the word for Isaiah. Now, as you can see in the Instant Details window, there is not currently a breakout of morphology or parsing or anything, but we're glad to have the text. And now in the rightmost column, we have Codex Curetonius. So likewise, from the 5th century, it looks like it's translating a different Greek original because right here, you can see what would mean by the mouth of Isaiah the prophet. They both have Isaiah's name in there. Isn't that interesting? For now, let's get back to our Christian Palestinian Aramaic in Matthew 1.